Welcome to the OpenRPG YouTube channel. Today I'll just do a brief overview of what we're trying to build here at OpenRPG and maybe talk about what you can expect to see on this channel going forward. So the first thing that I'll talk about is the OpenRPG idea. So the idea is that you as a GM would come and log on to the site and you would create a campaign. So I'll just go ahead and do that right now. Once you've created your campaign, you might want to invite players to come and play in your campaign. So you would share it with another player. So I've invited another player to come and play the game, and because I invited myself playing as a player in my own campaign, I received the invite, and I get this either link to go and accept it or code. So I'll copy my code, and then if I navigate away from the GM dashboard, I will see on any page other than the GM dashboard, I will see my invite. So the GM has invited me to a campaign. I'm notified, oh, look, I've got an invite to a campaign. I open the invite. I've created a character already. His name is Earl. I will be using Earl in the GM's campaign, and I will enter my invite code. Oops. And now I can accept the invitation. So now my character, Earl, is in the campaign, the greatest campaign hosted by, in my case, myself, because I happen to also be the game master. So I can now see that I've got one player who's accepted the invite to my campaign. As a GM, other than inviting people into my newly created campaign, the only other thing that I can do on this line is to actually assign experience points to those people in my campaign. So I can say you have killed an orc and you now have successfully garnered yourself 300 experience points. And so as a player, if I go and look at my character, in fact, look at me, I had the wherewithal to actually put my experience points right in the basic row of data for my particular character, and I can see that I've been assigned 300 experience points. I'll go more into the rules about what to do with experience points, how to roll up a character a little bit later, perhaps as even another video. But I wanted to stay focused here today on OpenRPG and what it means to game masters. So that was just what you just saw was pretty much the bulk of it is game masters can create campaigns, invite people to their campaigns, and assign experience points. The other thing that a game master has access to in this system is a series of adventures. I think ultimately we will allow everyone to create and publish adventures in our system. But for now, we just have these 4 canned adventures that anybody can play because we're still early in design and development. I'll give you an example of what the adventures look like. So if you want to take your party, your characters, as a GM on an adventure, this is what an adventure would look like. You are given an overview of the entire adventure here with some blue box text to read to your party. That gives them a little bit of a synopsis of the adventure at hand. And then once you decide you want to start the adventure, you follow through each chapter, perhaps not in order, perhaps in order, but it takes you through the adventure. An adventure is made up of multiple chapters. Each chapter is made up of multiple encounters, and each counters has one or more, or zero or more NPCs, or zero or more monsters that you might encounter. We've kept it pretty simple, but this is the long and the short of it. So that is kind of what you get as a game master in OpenRPG. Coming up in previous episodes, I'm going to roll up a character and show you exactly what that looks like so that you could create a character and be part of a game with a game master. And then other episodes, I'll start diving into really the nitty gritty of A, the Open RPG system, and B, the Oppenheim world that you will be playing in. Just to give you a little tidbit of the work that we've done on the world front, our world is called Oppenheim, and it is generated from a tool called Asgar's Fantasy Map Builder. It served as the basis of the beginning of our world. And what Asgard gave us was GIS data that allowed us to create the geography for Oppenheim. We have cities, rivers, routes, provinces, biomes that were generated as part of using Asgar's Fantasy Map Generator. And we've given kudos to both Asgar and Wadabu on here for assisting us in getting in giving some rich texture to the world of Oppenheim right off the bat. Wadabu assists us with our cities, so these are all the cities that exist in the world of Oppenheim, and then our provinces are pulled from Asgard as well. When a user or when a character is being rolled up, they can select cultures, they can select religions. These are also pulled from our geography, although we add some nuances to each of those things to help add some color to the characters that you're developing. So that concludes the quick introduction into what we're trying to build here at OpenRPG in the world of Oppenheim. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this video, and stay tuned for our next episode. Like and share. Bye bye.